Are you looking for a true all-in-one solution for your access control needs? Meet the ZKTeco USA OMNI Series, your Swiss Army knife for access control security. Built to handle any environment, indoors or out, these readers are packed with options for biometric, card, and QR code access credentials. Capable enough to stand on its own and flexible enough to integrate into an existing system, the OMNI Series by ZKTeco USA is a product line that you can rely on to secure your properties every time. Hi, I'm Tyler from Nelly Security, and today we're talking about the OMNI20 and OMNI30 access control readers from ZKTeco. The OMNI Series by ZKTeco is designed for those who need more durability, more flexibility, and more security options. This is a standalone and all-encompassing access control solution, adapting to your complex security needs. Unlike simpler devices that only handle a small variety of authentication methods, the OMNI Series, as the name suggests, covers the full spectrum. When it comes to biometrics, you have both palm and face authentication. With cards, these support 125 kilohertz, 13.56 megahertz, and the different card types that you see on your screen. QR code scanning for quick and temporary mobile access, and of course, with that high-resolution LCD touchscreen, you also have the option for PIN input. I could talk about these readers for days, but I know that's not why you're here. Let's take a closer look at the ZKTeco OMNI Series. So here we have our two OMNI models. This is the ZKTeco OMNI20 and the OMNI30. You can see right away the main difference between these two is the size of the unit. Our OMNI20 is much more slim, much more compact. This is great for installs where you really don't have a whole lot of room. If you need to install this on a door frame or in a small area. And then the OMNI30 is quite a bit bigger. The screen is quite a bit bigger, so there's more real estate there. It's easier to type on. If you're going to be using PIN credentials, the OMNI30 is much easier for that because of that larger screen. But other than that, these two models have essentially the same features. They all take the same 5 credential methods, which are key fob and access control card, palm authentication, face authentication, QR code scanning, and PIN input. Another main difference between these two models is the OMNI30 does take PoE, which we can see on the back. We have a PoE connector so that you can connect this to the network and to power at the same time. The smaller unit, the OMNI20, does not have PoE, so we have an Ethernet port. This connects it to your network, but not to power. So you do have the additional 12-volt DC power cable here to connect your OMNI20 to power. Another difference to notice right away is the addition of the doorbell on the OMNI20, which we'll see that in a second when we look at the wires. But the OMNI20 does function as a doorbell. You can wire this to a buzzer or a physical doorbell. And when somebody pushes this button, it can activate the buzzer or the doorbell. The OMNI30 does not have that option, and it doesn't have those wires in the back. Now we are looking at the back of the unit. We're going to take a look at the wires, but I do want to point out that both units have this mounting bracket, which screws in with a security screw. You take this off the back, install this on the wall or wherever you're going to be installing your OMNI device. And you'll notice that there is a magnet here, which that's a tamper magnet. So as soon as the device is removed from the mounting plate, that magnet will it'll trip an alarm, and your OMNI device will continue sounding an alarm until it gets placed back on the mounting device. Just to make these a little bit more tamper-proof, to let you know if somebody is tampering with your products. In addition to the mounting plate, we also have these angle brackets that come with the product. This is for the OMNI20. Instead of using the mounting plate that it comes with, you can use this one, and you can see that we still have the area there for the magnet. This allows you to install it into the wall angled to get a better view of your face and your palm. Now let's take a closer look at these wires. On the OMNI20, we have a relay and we have our Wiegand data wires. And again, we also have our Ethernet connection and our 12-volt DC connection. On the relay here, we have lots of options, so you can set this up however you need to, and it's going to look different in pretty much any situation. We have our normally closed, normally open wires. We have a wire here for your push to exit button. We have a wire here for a sensor. We have positive and negative doorbell wires, so you can wire this again to a buzzer, to a doorbell. Keep in mind that this cannot power the doorbell. You'll have to use an external power source, but this will trigger the buzz or the bell. And we have our alarm positive and negative wires as well. When it comes to our data wires, we have Wiegand in. So you can use this as a standalone device with the OMNI reader acting as an access control panel. And with that, you can wire a Wiegand reader into the OMNI panel, so you can use additional readers with this. However, with the Wiegand out, that also means you can install this as a reader into any third-party access control system. It could be a ZKTeco Atlas system. It could be any brand that accepts Wiegand data. You can just take the Wiegand data, wire this to your access control panel, and use this as a standard reader. Let's take a look at the OMNI30. Very similar. We have the relay wires, which are laid out a little bit differently. We have the Wiegand data wires. We also have an additional wire here. This is for RS-232. We have our Ethernet cable here. Again, this is going to be for PoE to connect it to power and to data. If you don't have a PoE switch and you're only going to be connecting your OMNI30 to data, then we do have a 12-volt DC connection. Most people aren't going to use this because the PoE is just too convenient. Now that we've seen these wires, hopefully you're getting an idea for the kind of situations that you can use these readers in. But let's go ahead and set this up in a really simple scenario here at Nelly Security. All right, let's get this thing set up and ready to go. We've got the angle mount here for our OMNI20. This is going to be better for palm authentication and for face authentication. When that camera is tilted up a little bit, that's going to depend on your installation location, whether you use this bracket or the flat bracket. But now that we've got this screwed into place, let's take a look at these wires. Now I'm going to be wiring this just with a simple mag lock and a push to exit button, and of course the OMNI reader. I'm going to be using this as a standalone access control device. However, there are so many different ways that you can wire this depending on your situation. This is the wiring diagram that I'm using. You can see I'm not going to be using those Wiegand wires because I'm not wiring this into a third-party access control system. I'm also not wiring an additional reader into the system. Again, so many different ways for you to wire this thing up. If you have questions about wiring for your specific scenario, we have experts standing by, ready to help you. Any purchase from Nelly Security comes with lifetime tech support, so definitely take advantage of that. Give us a call. We'll send you any diagrams that you need. Now we have this thing wired up. Let's go ahead and plug the wires into our OMNI reader. And there we go. We just need to connect this to the network with that Ethernet cable. Since I'm using the OMNI20 in this video, it does not have PoE, so we do have to connect this to power. I have it wired up to an external 12-volt DC power supply. And there we go, our unit is powered up and we should be good to go. Once it's in place, of course, we'll put this security screw back to make this tamper-proof. Now let's test out the system. We've got our mag lock here. It's working perfectly. You can see I'm locked into our production room. I can't get out until I push this push to exit button. Now the door opens and I'm able to pass through. But now that I'm out, I'm stuck outside until I get this OMNI reader set up and get myself authenticated as a user. You can see right away it says we need to set up an admin user before we can do anything else. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to click here on user management, add a new user. From here, I'm going to type my name. Let's speed up this video because this is like texting on a really old phone. If you use the OMNI30, it does have a larger screen, so it has a full keyboard. There we go. My name is typed in. Let's change my role to super admin. And here's where the fun begins. We're going to start registering our many different credentials. First, I'm going to register my left palm and my right palm. You can see you just hold your hand there while it builds up that template. There we go. Now let's register my face into this system. Template registered, and now it's time for a password. This is for the pin pad. It does have to be 6 digits long, and it's going to make you input this twice. Man, it's hard to push these keys on this tiny screen, but again, the pin pad is a lot more useful on the OMNI30. So now one more thing, let's add a card credential. We scan the card, it's added to my account. Let's go ahead and test this out. You can see that my face here was accepted by the reader, and I can open that door. My palm was also accepted by the reader, and I can open the door. One more thing, let's try this card. And there we go, we have access to that door. And just like that, in a few simple steps, we have a complete all-in-one access control system set up with the OMNI20 without any additional panels, with just a little bit of wiring. And this is robust enough to handle all of these different types of credentials. It can handle our biometrics, and yet it's still compact enough to fit anywhere we need it to. This is the ZKTeco USA OMNI readers. The ZKTeco OMNI Series is your ultimate solution for versatile and secure access control. With a full range of biometric, card, QR code, and PIN options, it adapts to the needs of any environment, indoors and out. Built to be as reliable as it is advanced, this is the reader you can count on for both high traffic and high security applications. Whether you're managing access for a busy office, a healthcare facility, or a secure outdoor location, the OMNI Series delivers performance that you can trust. Be sure to click the links in the description below to check out these readers today on our website. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it brought you value. I hope you're excited for these OMNI readers, and I hope to see you again soon. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to Nelly Security for more content just like this, and as always, happy installing.